Alright, Sagittarius, this is Will back again for a not-so-monthly reading. I got behind in the month of August, and I definitely skipped you guys. I'm going to get to these horoscope readings when I get to them, though. I'm doing the best I can here, and it's hard to keep up with. I try to put all my energy into these and give you guys everything that I can. And this month, I've got a special treat for you. I got a new deck. It's by Travis McHenry. I got a lot of new decks, but this one's by Travis McHenry. I've got a few other decks, and I'm going to be using those as oracle cards in this reading too, because they're kind of cohesive with this. All of his decks are fairly, they're pretty dark. This is the Vlad Dracula Tarot. So this is a little bit difficult to read, so I'll probably read it very similar to the way that I read Rider-Waite Tarot. The cards, they have, the imagery isn't similar, but the meanings are the same, and I'm pretty sure it coincides. It's really, really pretty imagery on these cards. I'm excited to show you. But it's all, let's see. Yeah, a couple of these are pretty morbid. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. So over here, your energy for this month is the Queen of Cups, represented by the Princess Maria Princess Maria of Moldova, and the Page of Swords, represented by Michael, the Regent of Hungary. Those are some really hard names to pronounce. I'm the Romanian. This is the Vlad Dracula Tarot. Now over here we have the Five of Swords. These are the people around you, and this is Radu attacking the Ponari Castle. And over here we have the Three of Swords, and this card is the Nailing of the Turbans. Now what connects you to the people around you this month is the Lovers. Let's see, focus. Really need to get a new phone. That's a Vlad and his wife. Pretty imagery there. Now some possible outcomes for the month. We've got the Page of Stakes, which I believe coincides with Wands, and that's the Chief Falconer of Hamza Bay. And we've got the World, Vlad anointed as Voivode. And down here, some more possible outcomes. We have the King of Coins, and coins are pentacles in this deck. And this is Dan the Third, forced to dig his own grave. And over here, one of my personal favorites, the Ten of Swords. Michael sawn in half. And now, like, I want to bring attention to this here. But your energy this month is the Page of Swords. Michael, I can't say his last name, but the Regent of Hungary. So this is what you're representing. And a possible outcome down here is the Ten of Swords. And this is you being sawn in half. So some pretty gruesome imagery, but the way that I see the swords suit is like it's like the cycle of thought and intellect. And the page is the messenger. And I forget how I do my videos here. Okay, I was diving right in there. Okay, so we have you this month, the month of September, Sagittarius, represented by the Queen of Cups, Princess Maria. So I see the Queen of Cups, and I'm not reading any of these in reverse because this is a brand new deck. So none of them really came up in reverse. But she's like a queen, like she's the queen of emotions. So she's a nurturing figure. She's like she's a motherly figure, or she's like, I described her earlier as like a wife that you, or a long-term partner, or somebody that you feel really, really comfortable with. Somebody that knows how to make us happy. But this is you, so I see you as being someone you feel emotionally fulfilled. You feel you're a nurturing figure. You have a firm grasp on your emotions and you know how to make other people happy as well. However, I see some strong news coming your way with this Page of Swords here. Now, Michael here's got a message, and he wants to project it to other people. Like he's got some big news. I think that you're going to receive some big news this month, and it's going to be something that is going to cause you a decent amount of thought and introspection. I don't know if it's going to be good news or bad news, but usually when it's swords, I assume that it's going to be something that it's going to be thought-provoking, to say the least. It's going to be something that causes us stress, but ultimately we need to stress out about this, and we need to fight through the sword cycle to reach the greater good. And the greater good of the sword cycle is definitely like intellectual mastery. We get smarter through the hardships that we have. So the people in our life, more swords energy here. Swords energy, intellect and thought. We've got the Five of Swords. They're attacking the Ponari Castle. So the Five of Swords I see as being like a midway through the cycle. This is like, this is the attack. We've got a thought and we've got to act upon it, and we are acting upon it at the when it reaches the 5, because that's halfway, from 1 to 10. So once we reach the 5, we're actively we're putting our thought into action. We're putting things into motion. We're attacking the metaphorical Ponari Castle. And it looks like we're going to do so successfully, because we've conquered some sort of foe, and these are the people around us. Like the Three of Swords, like this is a choice that we have made, and we've rallied the people with us, and we're successfully working towards something collaboratively. And I can see us having a pretty good relationship with the people in our life. If we choose to, based on the Lovers card here. The people in our life are going to want it. They're going to support us, and we're going to have a healthy relationship with our coworkers, our family, whoever it is that we decide to take this challenge on with. So some possible outcomes here. I see the Page of Stakes. I don't see this as a completion of anything. I see this as getting more news on how we can work towards the task that we're completing. And it's going to be good news. It's going to be something that we're going to have a lot of faith in and put some credence into. I see also it being possible that we do actually reach a completion in the month of September, based on the World card. This is Dracula being anointed the Void. I'm assuming the Void is some sort of magistrate or king. I don't know that it's the king, but he's something important. But this is what we want. This is a card of the World is a card of completion. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm reading this terribly. These cards are a little bit more difficult to read than the Rider-Waite deck. So down here we've got the King of Coins, and I see this is a card of material mastery. So I guess we've got Dan the Third, whoever that is, digging his own grave. I don't really know who that is, but the King of Coins is the King of Coins, or the King of Pentacles, is a card that masters the financial world. I see him as his archetype would be the guy that drives the Porsche and has the nice job and a beautiful home. He's got he's mastered the material world. Doesn't necessarily mean that he's mastered the intellectual, the spiritual, or the emotional world, but he's got his act together. He's got a firm handle on his material situation. So another possible outcome here is that we reach the completion of our thought cycle. I don't know whether or not this will be a good thing or a bad thing, but we've got Ten of Swords here. We've got Michael being sawn in half. Okay, so whatever was causing us to think or stress at the beginning of the month will come to a completion. So I do see, I think that it's most likely that whatever it is, this news that we get at the beginning of the month, that is somewhat disrupting to us will come to some sort of completion, or at least make some sort of shift based on the stakes or wands card that I had drawn previously. So I want to give you guys some oracle cards as well. And we're going to use more Travis McHenry cards. I've used these in the past, but I haven't busted this deck out in quite some time. We're going to use the Occult Tarot next. And these are tarot cards, but the Travis McHenry cards are a little bit more... they're awesome cards, but they're more difficult to read. I don't think that I'm going to do another like tarot reading with the Dracula card. I think that I'm probably going to... in my practice, I'll probably end up using the Dracula Tarot as oracle cards as well. Just because I can't mesh with the imagery. This was kind of an experimental reading, and it was great. These are very interesting cards. Ooh, and this one popped right off the top of the deck. We'll put that right there. So we got the Occult Tarot, which is a list of like the Arts Goetia demons. And I will explain this in just a second, but I'm using two separate decks here. We've got the Occult Tarot, and I also want to use the Angel Tarot as well, which is also a Travis McHenry. You know, this was a fairly negative reading, so maybe I can give you some positive vibes to wrap this up with. We'll end on a positive note. That's always good, right? Positive September, yeah. Okay, so Angel Tarot. Angel Tarot. Pretty cards. These are all gold-plated cards. Real pretty. Got them at the bookstore. I haven't used these a whole lot either. So to save the shuffling, I'm just going to pick one right out the middle of the deck here. Alright. Yeah, we're going to end this with some positivity here. This is going to be a good month, or at least some good advice for you to take on these swords challenges. You guys are embodying the swords energy for this month. We're putting a great deal of thought into something, but we're definitely learning something in the process. It might be a hard lesson to learn, but we'll profit greatly from it. You'll profit greatly from it. Okay, so your dark energy for the month is the demon Marbas. And Marbas, let's see what he can do. Let's look at that imagery. It's a lion with a chess piece. And I don't even know. He causes and cures diseases. He tells secrets and things hidden. And he can make one shapeshift. So I see this as being like a demon that embodies some sleight of hand energy, and this is Wands energy too. Like sleight of hand and being able to sneak around stealthily is definitely embodying the Wands energy, but this is more of the dark side of the Wands energy. He's like secrets and things that are hidden, things that we can't touch with our hands, or things that don't really have an explanation. This is a strength that we can utilize for the month, but I would encourage you to use this for as benevolent of a purpose as possible. Now over here we have the Angel Gabriel. The Angel Gabriel represents divine revelation and reveals messages and has the power to destroy. So again, like I would coincide this with everything here, like we're destroying whatever challenge it is in place this month, and the cycle will come to completion one way or another, despite how much stress it causes us. This was a doom and gloom reading, but I hope that it was helpful to you, and you have an awesome month, and I will see you when I see you.